What's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing good today. Yeah, I didn't shave. I look kind of ridiculous, but I don't look like I'm 13, so that's good. Anyways, so I'm gonna be doing an updated version of my Market Cipher tutorial. A lot of people have been asking for it, and I want to show it because I actually did update a lot of things, and it's a lot better. It's a lot more efficient now. Before we get into this video, though, I want to let you know that I am not a financial advisor. Whatever you do with your money is on you. It is not on me. All right. So make your own decisions for yourself. If whatever happens, it's on you, it's not on me. Alright, now let's get into this video. If you have not cyber trading view yet, you could go to my tutorial, it'll be the first video. I'll put like an annotation up here in the corner. You can just click it and then watch that video to get your trading view set up. And once you get your trading view set up, it's going to look like this. Alright, so once you do that, you could use either the normal candles or the Fibonacci candles. It doesn't matter. That's actually up to preference. Market Cipher was created with the Fibonacci candles, but when I watch CryptoFace and doing his videos, he actually will use the normal candles. And another thing I noticed, that what CryptoFace will do, instead of using the Bybit charts, he'll use the Bitcoin USD Coinbase charts, because the Bybit charts are a little off, a little wonky. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to use the BTC USD chart on Coinbase. All right. So this is what your normal candles are going to look like, and then this is what your Fibonacci candles are going to look like. Alright, so you just click on this little candle right here, and then you can just click either or, test it out, figure out which one you like more. If you have multiple screens, you could use one Fibonacci and one normal. I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. For the sake of this, I'm just going to start with the Fibonacci. So I'm going to show you what Market Cipher as a whole looks like. So we have Market Cipher A, Market Cipher B, and then Market Cipher SR. Alright. So my charts look a little bit different currently. I'm going to reset all of them back to their standard, because I want to show you exactly how to get everything set up as I do it. So reset, defaults, reset, and then settings, reset. Alright, so this is what everything is going to look like from the start. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to get started with is our Market Cipher B. Alright, so we're going to go to the settings, and I pretty much will keep everything on here now. When I did my first tutorial, I took a lot off. I'm not going to really go into that. I'm just going to go into getting the settings and making things look good how they should, or how I like it. So first thing I do is I get the VWAP. You can make it any color you want. I'm actually going to make it just, I guess I'll just make it pink for the sake of this video. Why not? And then I go to histogram. So I'll make it pink, histogram, and then I will get the opacity. I'll make it 100, and then I'll get me some thick lines. Alright, so this is your VWAP right here. You see those pink lines. So the next thing I like to do is adjust the money flow. So I will go back here to settings. I just do this because I personally like the columns and the histograms. It just makes it easier for me personally. That's what I like to do. So money flow, we'll do the columns, and then we got the columns. Alright, so now we have our columns. So you can see when momentum's rising, and then you can see when it's falling, because we have the columns. And it's the same exact thing with the VWAP. You can see when it's going up, and you can see when it's going down. I'm going to go back in the settings zone, and I'm going to turn the opacity down on the money flow just a tiny bit. So we'll just maybe about 30%. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I like that. So we go down here, 30%. Alright, look at that. That's looking much better already. And then the next thing I like to do is edit up my RSI a little bit and my stochastic RSI. So when I first did this strategy, I only had the normal RSI on, but now I actually use both. So I like to make the lines as thick as possible. Oof. So there we go, we got my RSI as thick as possible. And then my stochastic RSI, which is this red one. Okay, make that as thick as possible. And I like to change the color. I'll make it like a light blue. But I'll leave these this green line right here. Keep that green. So when it's up in the green, it's generally saying that it's trending up. It's an upflow. The momentum is going upwards. All right. So this is what my Market Cipher B looks like. Now I do not use Market Cipher SR, so we'll take that off. But I do use Market Cipher A now. I learned that these what are these called? Not death crosses. Blood diamonds are very, very effective. So when you see a blood diamond, it's almost like a complete confirmation that a trend is going down. Okay, these yellow X's stands for manipulation in the market. See, we have red X right here. Manipulation goes down. Manipulation goes down. All right. Those are the two things that I really follow. I do not follow these green dots, and I don't follow these green and red dots. I will look at them, and if I get confirmation with the green dot or the red dot, then it's okay to get in. But do not trade off these green and red dots alone, alright? And then your money flow will also goes in sync with these red and green lines on the bottom. So right here, money flows in the red. Right here, money flows in the green, alright? So money flow green, money flow green, money flow red, alright? So we're going to do a little bit of editing to our SR. I don't do much editing to it. So I just take these ribbons off. I leave only one ribbon on, which is my 9 ribbon. Alright, my ribbon 9. So save its default, and then you save this as default. Boom, okay. So now I have the two indicators that I use for Market Cipher, which is Market Cipher A, Market Cipher B. I do not use Market Cipher SR. The only time I will use it is if I want to get the VWAP line. But I really don't use that because I use my moving averages, which I'm about to slap on right now. Boom, boom. Now we got this. All right. So it's looking pretty good. We have our 8, 13, and 21 day moving averages. So our 21 day is this purple one, our 8 days is yellow one, and then our 13 day is going to be this green one. So you see when it goes above and grabs, it's holding support on our moving averages, and it will go up. All right. See right here, it's above it, holds down. Right here, we're going under, and right here, we're going under, and we just hold below it. Okay. Right here, we're going above it, and we're holding above it. All right. So there's one more indicator that I like to use. There's 2 different indicators you could use for this actually. You could use the Wolfpack ID. Not everyone's a big fan of the Wolfpack ID. I like to use it. Or you could use the RSI, the Relative Strength Index, okay? So I will show you what I like to do with the RSI. You have to do a tiny bit of modification to it though. So I will get a horizontal line, and I will look for the 50. You'll see the 50 on the side. Alright, and then I'll slap a line on there. And I'm going to show you why you could use either or, okay? So right here, you see that it's crossing. And you can see right here that it's crossing as well, okay? And then everything below this point, this 30 point, means it's oversold. So this is your oversold zone. And then everything above is your overbought zone, okay? And then the center line is your trend. So if you're below this 50 line, you're in a downtrend. If you're above this 50 line, you're in an uptrend, all right? So you could use either or. They both have the same exact concept and the same exact purpose, like you see right here. All right, we're going down. We have our confirmation right here. I'm going to get into the strategy real quick. I'm just doing this really quick so I can show you the difference between these. Okay, so you have it from going from green to red, and you're crossing the 0 line. And then right here, we are crossing our 50 line. All right, and then we're going down. Boom, 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 boom. All right. and then I'll show you an uptrend. So let's find something that's trending. We got uptrend right here. All right, so we're uptrending, we're going up. As you can see, we have our confirmation right here on our histogram that we are going up because we are above this center line right here, the 0 line. And then right here we have our cross from where it goes from 0 to red. And then right here we have our cross where it crosses the 50 line and goes up. All right, so yeah, they pretty much are the same exact thing. The only difference between the RSI and the Wolfpack is the Wolfpack it doesn't really tell you overbought and oversold, like it doesn't have the specific indications on it. But the RSI, if it's above this 70 line, that means it's overbought. All right, if it's below, it is oversold. So when it's in this sold area, it's a good indication you want to buy. You want to get in when it's oversold, and you want to sell when it's overbought. So using whatever one of these you want to do, that's completely up to you, and I'm gonna do some back testing on both of them. So right now I'm just gonna stick with the RSI. All right. I'm going to go to the 1 minute. I do not trade on the 1 minute. I just want to do a little bit back testing real quick. All right. So currently we're going up, but it is saying that we are currently in a downtrend. We have been in a downtrend since technically right over here. We did peak up a little bit, but ever since then we've just been going underneath that 50 line. So it's saying we're in a downtrend. Right up here we're above, so we're going upwards. You can see right here, this whole time we are in an uptrend. And then right here we cross down, and then we're in a downtrend. Alright, so let's do some back testing with this strategy. So generally with my strategy, I'm not going to say generally. So with my strategy is I will want to wait to get a confirmation of this crossing up here into the 0 line and see if it holds, or this 50 line, sorry, not 0 line. I will want to wait to get my first histogram tick up and then my first green candle. Alright, and you see that it starts trending up as soon as our histogram starts peaking up. So once we get that confirmation right here on the RSI, it is saying we're going to go up. And then you use your stochastic RSI and your normal RSI. So when your stochastic RSI and your RSI are pointing upwards, or going up, that means that the price is going up as well. And a thing that I actually learned pretty recently, just from backtesting. So if you're above this line right here, this is like 60 line, and if your RSI are traveling above it, that is saying you're in an uptrend as well. So that when your Market Cipher B is above this 60 line right here, it is the same exact thing as your RSI right here being above your 50 line. So this is saying that it is trending upwards. And when it's below this 50 line, that is generally saying that it's downtrending. So it's like saying that you're above or below this 30 line. Alright. Then 1 minute, I just hate the 1 minute. I will never trade off the 1 minute. I will use the 1 minute, and I'm going to show you that later, but I don't use it to trade. Alright, so right here, we are going downwards. Alright. And your RSI is pointing down, so say it's going downwards. You don't have any ticks on your VWAP yet, so I would wait to make a trade. But actually, let's get into some backtesting right now, alright? Right here. Good spot to backtest. Alright, so we have a red dot, which is cool to look for. You don't want to trade solely off your 1 dot, or your red dot. You do not want to solely trade off your red dot, whichever red dot. You want to wait for your confirmations, alright? So you see that your RSI is going down on your Market Cipher B. You see that you're going down on your actual RSI. You have your VWAP pointing downwards, which means that the price is going down, okay? and then you wait for your confirmation. So you want to wait for your first candle to go from red or green to red if you're trying to go short, and you want to wait for it to go from red to green if you're trying to go long. Okay, so we have our confirmation. So we have our first confirmation right here. Boom. We also have a diamond right here, which is another good indication. We also have our diamond right here, which is another good indication. Okay, we have a red dot. Boom, boom. We have our VWAP pointing downwards, and then we have our RSI going downwards. All right. So generally, when I take a trade, I wait for all of these indications. So I'll wait until we go from green to red. I'll wait for our RSI and our stochastics RSI point down. We got a red dot. The red dot is just extra confirmation on everything. If everything else lines up, we have our VWAP, and then we're going down. Okay. So what I like to do, just to make sure that I have a good confident trade, is I will wait for it to cross down this 50 line. All right. So which would be right here. So boom. And it would be this X candle right here, and then we have a confirmation, and then we go down. Right now, when you want to get back in, or if you want to sell your trade, so my rule to selling is sell when you're in profit. All right, don't get greedy, don't hold it out. That's how you're gonna lose money. All right, so pretty much when I see things start to reverse and go back up, start to swing back up, is when I will get out. All right, or I will wait for the first confirmation that I could possibly get. So let's say I start getting the confirmations right up here that our VWAP is starting to go back up. I'm gonna sell right there, because boom, that's profit, and it is saying that the trend is starting to reverse. You might lose some profit, obviously, because if you hold, it's gonna go down here, but you got your profits. Okay, you took your profits and you're good to go. All right, you're not going to lose money if you hold on too long. You know, you hold on too long, the price could be here and you're barely in profits. So that is how I trade with the RSI instead of the Wolfpack. Okay, now we're going to go into our Wolfpack. So the Wolfpack, I like it a lot. Personally, I use it more than I do the RSI, but that's just my personal preference. Like I said, you could do either or, and you just have to back test it and figure out which one you like more. All right. So let's do another example. I'm not going to use the same one I just used because I gotta give it some spice, you know. I'll use this one. This one's actually a really good one right here. We got a blood diamond right here, and I'm on the 48-minute chart currently. So we got a blood diamond, so that's a very good sign, as is. Remember, don't trade off just one confirmation. You need more than one confirmation to get into a trade. All right, so we have our RSI and our stochastics RSI right here, and you can see that they're going down. Boom, we already have one confirmation, we have two confirmations. All right, now we see that our VWAP is right here, it's up, and then it's going down. All right, so now we have three confirmations. 1, 2, 3. All right, we go from green to red. That's another confirmation. There's your fourth confirmation. All right, I like as many confirmations as I could possibly get. All right, as long as all your confirmations are in line, then you're fine. You don't want your indicators throwing you mixed signals. You don't want one indicator saying that the price is going to go up and then another one saying that the price is going to go down. If you use multiple indicators, make sure all your indicators are telling you the same exact thing. All right, because if they're not telling you the same exact thing, you're just going to get screwed. You're going to get wrecked. All right, you're going to be flopping and gropping all over the place, and we don't want that. All right, we don't want to be floppers and groppers over here. We're dolphins. It's a joke. It's a joke. Some people who are not into the MC group will not understand that, but we're all dolphins here. All right, so confirmation 1, confirmation 2, confirmation 3, and then confirmation 4, and then our Wolfpack ID, it went up a little bit, which is fine. We're waiting for it to cross back down, and then boom. So that'd be our last confirmation, and then I would take a long, or take short. and then you get out on your first confirmation. So my first confirmation to get out would be right here, because we're going back up, which would be right here on our wolf pack. Our wolf pack is not crossing up in the green yet, but I would get out right there just for the fact that I get my profits and I go. Alright, it could go a little bit lower, and it showed right here that it did go a little bit lower, but you got your profits, okay? You could just take like 75% of your profits, 50% of your profits, and let the rest right down, and then get out down here when you get, more confirmation, like your confirmation of your wolf pack, going from this red line to this green line, crossing the 0 line. You can sell there, okay? Which is completely fine. But you always, when you get your first confirmation, you want to take profits. Alright, so that's just a little bit of back testing. Now, there's a couple other things we have to get into. This strategy is not done yet. So before we get into back testing, there's a couple other indicators that I like to use that I find to be very, very important and useful. So we're going to go to my 4-hour chart, and we're going to use our Fibonacci. Alright, Fibonacci is amazing, it is wonderful, and yeah, if you don't use Fibonacci, you're not doing it right. Okay, so with Fibonacci is a little tricky. It's actually really easy, but it's a little tricky at the same time. So you want to wait until your new cycle starts, alright? So you could see right here that we were in an uptrend, and then right here we're going to downtrend. And you could use your Market Cipher B to help you indicate this. So when it's above the 60 line right here, it is up in a uptrend, your RSI. So if your RSI is above the 60 line, you're in an uptrend, alright? And if it's down, you're in a downtrend. So it's one good way to explain it. But right here, you can see that this is a bottom. This is the start of a new cycle, because we're in a downtrend, and then we're in an uptrend, alright? So I'll take my Fibonacci, I will put it right, oh, my mouse is wigging out on me, right at the bottom if it lets me. Boom. Okay, and then we'll bring it all the way up to the top. So a thing with the Fibonacci that you should know is that if you want to place your Fibonacci on wick to wick, or you want to place it on bottom to bottom, you don't want to have it on wick and top. Alright, you want to have it on wick, or bottom or top. Alright, so you don't want to have it wick right here. See this wick? You don't want to place it on this wick, and then you don't want to place it on this top. You want to place it on the wick, and you want to place it on the wick. Alright, so now we have our Fibonacci all set up. Boom, boom. Alright, and then there's one more indicator, which is the visible range, which is your volume indicator. Now this is very important. It's a very, very important indicator. First of all, you always want to have a volume indicator. It's just very useful. If you don't have a lot of volume in, you're not gonna, you're not gonna go much. You're not really gonna go anywhere. So this red line on your volume indicator is a major support and resistance zone. So you can see right here, all these candles are just holding this as support. And then right here, support. And then right here, we're holding it as resistance. Alright, right here, support, support. So the VPVR is really easy to use. You also can use it to get some more support and resistance levels out of this. So you see where it has these big peaks hanging off? You want to grab your horizontal line, and you want to throw your horizontal lines on these big peaks. Boom. 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 And yeah, and they will, every once in a while, they will line up with your Fibonacci zones. These are major supports. If your VPVR lines up with your Fibonacci, those are major and key support and resistance levels, all right? So support levels are levels where you will come down and you will just hold, all right? You won't break through. You might break through a little bit, but you're holding on these levels, all right? Those are support. Resistance levels are levels when you try to come up. All right, here's a good example. You try to come up, you hit this line, and you break back down, all right? It is resistance. It is resisting from breaking through, all right? And your support, it is supporting you from breaking down, all right? So we got that covered. Now, let's get into time frames. So a key thing about time frames is I like to open 2 windows when I do it. I do not have my Fibonacci here, which is kind of annoying. I'm not going to add my Fibonacci in this one. You want to have your Fibonacci on both. You know what? I'm just going to add it real quick. Screw it. Alright, so now we have our Fibonacci on our 2 time frames. They all look pretty much identical. Shoot. I need a better monitor or multiple monitors for this. Okay, so now we have all of this. So now let's get into our time frames, alright? So what I like to do is I like to do odd numbers, things that are not like really common, for the simple fact because when people make bots, their algorithms are set to like the basic common time frames. So like the 1 minute, the 10 minute, the 30 minute, the 1 hour, the 2 hour, the 4 hour, the 1 day is where they will generally set their algorithms to. All right. So I like to do different exotic time frames. So I have them start here. If you want them to, if you want to have this column on top, you just start. You just click this star. So I do the 3 minute, the 6 minute, the 12 minute, the 24 minute, the 48 minute. I get a lot of crap for this one, the 96 minute, but I promise you, it is a golden time frame. It gives you really good data, okay? And then the 4 hour. So there's a couple things that I will do. There's a couple ways I use it. Is I will use the 1 minute time frame. And when I use a 1 minute time frame, I do not use my indicators. So I will not use my Market Cipher. I will not use my Wolfpack. I will use my moving averages though, and I will use my visible range because support and resistance. So the reason why I will use the 1 minute and like let's say the 24 minute for example is because you catch trends before they're happening with the 1 minute, alright? So you can see that right here we're in a downtrend, right? And then we're starting to go back up right here. You know, you can see that we're in an uptrend right here. So if you're looking at the 1 minute and the trend is going up, then your trend is more likely to be going up on your 24 minute as well. And you could also use it to catch ascending triangles and descending triangles. So let's see, I need to try to find one real quick. Right here, we got one right here. So an ascending triangle is when your triangle will go up, will be pointing up. Oh my gosh, everything is it's really glitchy right now. Boom. Boom. So again, when you place your lines for your ascending and descending triangles, do you want it to either be on the wicks only, or the tops or the bottom of the candles only? And you just follow it through. Oh my gosh, it's so glitchy. I don't know what's up with my mouse. Alright, boom. So we have our channel right up here, okay? So you can see that we're in this descending triangle. It is descending because it is pointing downwards. If it's an ascending triangle, it's going to be pointing upwards. All right. So we're playing around, bounce, 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 bounce. I generally do not like to trade in ascending or descending triangles. I will wait for the breakout. If you're a scalper, it really just depends. It actually really just depends if you're a scalper or not. If you're a scalper, you're going to be taking, these small trades with, either really high leverage with a low amount of money, or you're going to be doing a lot of cash with very low leverage. All right, so this is the 1 minute chart that we're on. So right here, you see that it breaks out of the ascending triangle. So you're like, okay, we're going to get a pump. We break, we hold support, and we go up. All right. And that's why I like to use the 1 minute. I don't like to use it for indications to get into a trade. I like to use it for the triangle patterns, the head and shoulder patterns, stuff like that, because it's going to tell you which way the trend is going to continue to go. All right. So that is one way I will use my tiny chart and the 4 hour chart. This is a common strategy that Jason Casper uses. I do it a little bit differently, just because I like to build strategies that work for me. Everybody's different, so if you have a strategy that you like, it's fine to fit it for you. It's fine to fit it for you if it works for you, okay? Just go in, back test it, and if you trade with it, either trade with paper money or trade with a very, very low amount of your portfolio with a very, very low leverage. All right, just to get the hang of it. So what I like to do is I like to use this VWAP line. I abuse this VWAP line. This VWAP histogram that I put on here, I abuse the heck out of it. So I will wait for it to start going, going from down to up or up to down, depends if you're trying to go from a long or a short, and I'll wait for that confirmation, all right? Oh, this is on a normal candles. I need to turn this to Fibonacci. Boom. Okay, so right here, our confirmation is that we're going up. You want to wait for your wolf pack or your RSI, whatever one you want to use. If you're using your RSI, you want to wait for it to cross the 50 line. And if you're using your wolf pack, you want to wait for it to go from red to green, or green to red, depending if you're shorting or longing, and cross the 0 line, okay? So we have our first confirmation, and then we have our second confirmation. All right, our 4 hours looking good, our 4 hours looking ready to go. Now we slap our way over here to our 24 minute chart. So 24 minutes is 1/10 of the 4 hour. So that's why he uses this. All right, and then you wait for your confirmation here. So you have a green dot. That's just extra icing on the cake. All right. We have our VWAP line. We have this crossing up. We're going from green to red, and then we have our confirmation right here on our wolf pack. We're going from red to green, and then we're crossing the 0 line. All right. So we have confirmation A, confirmation B, take that long, and go. All right, and go. So I showed you a couple strategies. You could use the 1 minute, and whatever time frame you're using. The 1 minute is not for trading. The 1 minute is just for catching trends. All right, and then you have the 24-minute strategy and the 4 hour strategy. All right, there's one time frame by itself. I will generally use higher time frames. So a good way to look at trading is you always want to wait for your confirmations on your higher time frames. So you want to start with your higher time frames. So let's say you first get in TradingView, okay? You're logging on for the day, you're getting on TradingView, all right? Everything's set up, you know what you're doing, you know the strategy. I already taught you the strategy, all right? So we're getting in for the first time. Boom, we're on. And let me zoom in. So we are not going to start with the lower time frames. We're not going to start with the 1 minute. We're not going to start with the 96 minute. I know the 96 minute is so weird, I keep saying that. But I promise you, it's a kick ass. It's kick ass. Alright, so we're going to start with the day. Day is looking really good, okay? It's not looking perfect yet. It's not looking for this beautiful, just juicy swing, like these 20% swings, 10% swings. We're not quite there yet. But we can see that we are looking quite good, alright? We are almost crossing our zero line on our Wolfpack. We have a green dot here. We do not have our VWAP pointing up yet though, okay? We have our RSIs pointing up, and we do not have a red to green candle yet, alright? So we're looking at the 1 minute, we assessed it, we're like, okay, it looks like we are about to get a very juicy trade on it, but we don't have a confirmation yet, alright? Go down to a 4 minute trade, or 4 hour trade, okay? So we are above, right here's where I would have taken my long. Would have been right here, green to red. We got a green dot right here. That's just extra confirmation. Don't trade on that alone. I'll keep saying that over and over and over again until you get sick and tired of me and tell me to shut up. Alright, we got our confirmation right here, red to green. Boom, boom. We're going up, and RSI is pointing up. Alright, so our 4 hour, you could trade it. It's a little risky though. Just for the fact that we are crawling up here, we are not at the start of your swing, and you're not at the end of your swing to take a short. It's in the middle, alright? So you generally don't want to take a trade while you're in the middle. That's just going to be you FOMOing in, and you just get wrecked, alright? So, we go to the 6 hour. I would have gone to the 1 day to the 6 hour first. So the 6 hour is saying the same exact thing. The 6 hour, you have quite a bit more room to go up though. Quite a bit more room. It's showing no momentum of stock anytime soon. And it's saying that we're going up, and we're going up, alright? And we have our confirmation from green to red. But again, we're not at the beginning of a trend or the end of a trend to take your longer or short. It is in the middle of the trend. Alright, so now we did the 6 hour, the 4 hour, the 1 day. I'll skip all the way up to the 1 hour, alright? First confirmation, or first thing that is telling me on my Wolfpack is that we are going down. We are starting to lose some momentum. Alright? Our histogram, up, 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 down, down. Our VWAP is going down. Our VWAP histogram is saying, hey buddy, we are losing some momentum here, alright? You can see it's starting to curve. It is swinging down. This is why it's called swing trading. You wait for it to swing and then you catch it, alright? You do not want to catch a falling knife though. You want to wait for your confirmation. You see it looks like it's going to drop. So if you place a long here and it goes up, you're good. But if you place a long here and it goes down, you're going to get wrecked. And that's why you wait for your confirmation. So the 1 hour, it is saying, I don't really want to trade that. It's saying, we're in purgatory right now. I'll go up to my 96 minute. 96 minutes saying the same exact thing. It's saying that we're starting to go down a little bit, starting to round off a little bit. It could very well still go back up. All right, let's go to our 48 minute. 48 minute pointing down again. All right, our money flow is still in the green, which is fantastic. That's a very, very good sign. We could do a little dip down in the money flow and then go back up, but again, you have to wait for your confirmations. All right. We'll go to our 24 minute. We got a red dot on our 24 minute saying that we're going down, but we're starting to curve back up. So there is a potential for a short right here on our 24 minute if we get confirmation. Our line crosses down to the 0 line. We get our peaks on our histogram going down. And then we get that red or that green to that red candle confirmation going down. And if we start falling through these moving averages, that's another confirmation short. All right. Go back down to our 12 minute. Boom. Look at our 12 minute though. And every time frame is going to tell you differently. So if you want to trade time frames, you want to stick to your one time frame. All right. I prefer to swing trade. It's less stress for me. I would prefer to wait for like the 1 day and just, get that trade, just like 50-75% of my portfolio, very, very low leverage, and then just go from there and just swing that until I get confirmation to sell, and then I would like to short. Alright, once you get in that routine, and once you catch that first 1 day trend, you just ride the trend all the way up, and then you take your short, and then you just ride that all the way down, and you take it again and ride it all the way up. Alright, once you get into the habit of catching your trends, you can just keep following and keep catching them. Alright, but our 12-hour, it's looking quite good. Alright, I'm not going to deny that. We have our confirmation on our Wolfpack ID. It is going from green to red. We didn't exactly go across the zero line yet, so I would wait. Actually, I would absolutely wait, because it says we're green, it says we're crossing, but we didn't cross yet. It could very well just as easily hit this line and boom. Alright, it might not actually hold and go up. That's why I'm saying you have to wait for your confirmations. If you saw this and just FOMO'd in, be like, okay, look, we got confirmation, let's go, let's go, let's go. You're going to be flopping and dropping. Look at that. Just turned red. Right in front of our eyes. Oh, turned green again. You got to wait for it to print. Alright, and then our histogram, it says we're going down. And we're losing momentum. So we could very well get something to the upside. Very well. And then our money flows in the green. Our money flow started dimming out as well, but it's starting to go back up. And then we have our red to green already, so you just have to wait for your confirmations. And then we have our 6 minute. We're going to drop down to here. 6 minutes good. We got a green dot. Alright, do not trade on your green dots. You will get wrecked. You will get wrecked more than you lose. Alright, you don't want to get liquidated. Alright, only I want to get liquidated. That's just a joke. I'm always joking around being like, I'm just going to get liquidated. Just liquidate me, baby. But yeah, in reality, I'm actually really cautious and careful about it. I just joke about it because I got liquidated and I lost a shit ton and it hurt. But we have a confirmation right here. Red to green going up. We got a green dot. That's saying, okay, possible bottom or bottom, however you want to look at it. We have our confirmation that we our VWAP is pointing up, and we also are above this 60 line, and we're just holding above here. We're uptrending, but we are consolidating right here. So you just really would want to wait and sit on this one, especially when your Wolfpack is just crawling and just sliding on this line. Nah, you want some distance, man. You want that convergence, or you want that divergence. So convergence and divergence, if you saw my second video that I did, so convergence is when things are getting closer together. They're converging together, all right? When they're diverging, they're getting further away. So right here, it is diverging from the line. It is getting further away from the line, alright? Right. Actually, a really good way to explain convergence and divergence is you could just look at your RSIs and your stochastics RSI. So, right here, it's converged. It is closer together, alright? And then the further you get, it starts diverging. It starts getting further and further away. The mouth starts opening more and more, okay? So you don't want it to just sit on the line. You want it to diverge from the line. Alright, so that's our 6 minute. Our 6 minutes is possible good swing, because we have just about every confirmation that we want. We're very stagnant right here though, and we're also at some support. So if we ended up breaking this and going up, that's a good confirmation. So this would be one of those charts where I would actually open up another window. I will slap my 6 minute on right here, and then I will slap my 1 minute on over here, and we're gonna check it out, see what happens. Oh, we just got a red X right here on our 6 minute. Boom, that's confirmation that we could be coming down. we have a triangle right here. Oh, it's not even really a triangle. We have an ascending pattern. So what I would look for is for it to hit down here and then get confirmation that we're gonna go back up, all right? And that could be a potential scalp. What would be optimal is for it to break up here and hold. All right, once it breaks up here and hold, that means our next, really big resistance is going to be the top of this channel. Remember, don't look at any of this on 1 minute. Just don't do it. Unless you're a scalper and you got a lot to trade with, do not look at that. Do not use your indicators to trade on the 1 minute. It's best, in my opinion, in my strategy, to look at both of these, or not look at both of these, just use our chart and go from there, alright? So if I was to wait and sit on this to see what happens, I would wait to see if we bounce down, hold support here, and then bounce back up, alright? And then that will help tell you what's going to happen with our 6 minute. Because yeah, we're just consolidating right here, and you can obviously see right here that we're consolidating inside of this channel. So all this consolidation, and you can see, you could use your Mauser or cruiser. Boom, look, consolidation started right here. And you can see right here, it started right here. So you use your 1 minute chart to figure out what's happening with consolidation, see when it breaks out, and see if it's going to go up or down. All right, and that's why having these two windows are super good. But yeah, we're still just chilling on this line, so we could very well just go down and break down. We'll see. The negative are on our 1 minute chart. Like I said, I'm not a big fan. Actually, no. Alright, I'm just going to turn this 1 minute chart off. And we're just going to flop and drop our way to our 6 minute chart. Alright, so we're going to see, we're losing momentum here. You can obviously see it's going this way, so it's starting to go into the positive. And yeah, alright, now we're going to go slide our way down all the way through our 3 minute chart. See what's going on. Same exact thing as our 1 minute. We're just playing in this channel, so you really just want to see how it plays out. You don't want to just go and throw your money in there and go. The higher time frames, I would recommend 1 hour plus for your swing trades. All right, wait for your confirmation on your swing trades, and then get into the swing trade with low leverage and just go. All right. This is just my personal opinion. Again, not financial advice. When I get confirmation on like a higher time frame, and depending on which market we're in, if we're in a bull market or a bear market, right now we're in a bull market, all right? So right there, that takes my percent of being win to loss to 51% win, 50% loss already, because of the fact that we're in a bull market. Our market sentiment is going up. Okay, so I will do 100% of everything that I got. I'll just do a really low leverage, and I am willing to wait. All right, I could see my portfolio go down. I'll see it in the red on Bybit. I won't stress about it because I have such low leverage, and that the fact that we're in a bull market, it is saying that the chances are already higher that we're going to go up than we are going to go down to get liquidated, especially with such low leverage that some of these prices are just ridiculous, like 42K, like I don't see us hitting 42K anytime soon. All right, 49K, that's a possibility. We hit it before, we played off it a couple times. So you just really want to use your support and resistance and look at that when you're done and deciding your leverage. But I would go 100% at this green dot. I'm not gonna lie, with like 5x leverage, super low liquidation price, and I would just ride it up, all right, until I get a sell confirmation. And so you really want to use and play on these charts, these time frames, these higher time frames as like your swing trades, all right? You want to use your higher as your swing trades, okay? These lower time frames, they're fun to play with, they're good to play with, but they're more for swinging. Are not swinging, they're more for scalping. Because the 3 minute, the moves on the 3 minute are so small compared to the 1 day. Like our 1 day could be pointing up, all day. But our 3 minute, look at that. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right, it's all over the place. But our 1 day is still staying very consistent. It's still saying that we're going up. And like I said earlier, I would not place a trade on the one day yet, but I am looking to do that. All right. Again, it's really, really all up to you on what you decide to do. I'm just providing the tools for you to get it done. But yeah, for me, I'll look at the 1 day chart and just wait for my confirmation to get, and then I'll get my swing in. But there's also other times where I'm trying to get into a scalp. I'm trying to make some extra bank on the side. So this actually is 12 minutes. Really, really good picture. So right here, green to red, which would be right here. We have our confirmation right here that we're going down, and it's it's consolidating. It's going sideways. All right. So there's a couple things you could do. This might not be a very good trade, but you tried to take it and you took it. All right. So you're in this trade. You're down a little bit of money. It hurts a little bit. So what do? A couple things you could do is you can wait and see if we're going to get confirmation to break up. So we would get our VWAP histogram. We get that first tick up, sell, GTFO, get out of there. Okay, so let's say we're shorting this. We get that first tick up, GTFO. All right. We get our cross right here on our wolf pack. It starts going up. Get out. Whatever little bit of profit that you're losing, that's fine. Take it and run. All right, because you will eventually be able to get these swings, and these swings will make back everything that you lost from here. Okay, so let's say your next move is a long and we go all the way up to here. We just go, I don't even know what low this is, like the 565. Okay, I don't know if this is actually like an actual support or resistance. We lost a little bit right here, but it went all the way back here and you made everything up back. You have to be really disciplined and you have to listen to your confirmations. If you don't, you're going to get screwed. But yeah, right here we're just consolidating. When you see consolidation, you want to just hold out, just chill out, take a breather, let that go. And yeah, that's pretty much how I trade. There's a bunch of different things that I look at and a bunch of different things I do. Just because I know that one strategy might not work out for me at a specific time when I want to get into a trade, so I'll do a different one. So like, 1 day, or I don't have any confirmation on my 1 day right now. So I'm gonna go to the lower time frame and see if I get, like a little swing, make a couple bucks while I'm waiting for the big boy to play out to make the big bucks. All right. So that's what I like to do. And then, like I said, I like to do, the 24 and the 4 hour. I just change it up a little bit from how Jason Casper did. This strategy on my Market Cipher B, there's another guy, I don't know his name, but CryptoFace posted video of this guy talking about his strategy, and he was the one who introduced me to this VWAP. So when he used his VWAP, he actually made it a line, but I like histograms. I'm a histogram nut. And so I turned it into a histogram. He also made it look pretty bland. Like, I think he took the money flow off, think he took the dots off. He left just one RSI on, but I like to see the convergence and the divergences on RSI, and I like to see if they're both above the 60 level. But he was the one that taught me that strategy, so I pretty much just took both of those strategies and I just combined them into one, which worked for me, and so far it's been really, really efficient. The thing that has been helping me, that helped me the most, and has been helping me the most, is not flopping and dropping. Definitely a big one. But just using low leverage, just getting in. We're in a bull market, so I know I could put more capital on the line if I use lower leverage, and if it goes down, I'm not going to sweat. I'm not going to sweat unless there's a confirmation that we're just going to do a huge dip, like something like this. If I have the confirmation that we're just going to tank down like this, yeah, I might be sweating because I might get liquidated. That's why you always want to wait for your confirmation to see if our cycle is going up, right? So yeah, like right here, I would place a long, 5x everything I got, and watch it go up. Sure, it's going to go up and down. You're going to have some days when you're in green, some days in red, but once you get up to this point, there's going to be no more red days. You're just going to be on green days all the way to the top. Even if you rode it all the way down to here, to this cycle, you'd still be in the green. So, yeah, that's just what I do. That's what's been working to me ever since I got liquidated and lost, everything that I had, because, I flopped and dropped and screwed myself. But that is what I like to do, and yeah, that's pretty much it with these strategies. I hope you guys enjoyed these videos. If you guys have any questions, just hit me up. Just get in my DMs, get in my inbox, whatever. Just ask me whatever you want to ask me. I'm always down to talk. And yeah, that's it. I love you guys, and peace out. Hope you guys have a good day.